Hello, listeners. Chelsea K. Podcaster here. Today's podcast is about breakthrough from worry. Worry is connected with anxiety, and it is also fear. 60% of US adults suffer from stress and anxiety, and 85% of what we worry about never happens. Can you imagine that? Worry grips many from being able to accomplish our plans, and we need to realize that the root of it, what it is, and remove it from our life. It has negative effects on the body. People who have excessive worrying are affected in the mind and body, and they go into overdrive. They constantly focus on what might happen, and then they get high anxiety and panic. They feel hopeless and helpless. This also makes them oversensitive. Worry can affect your daily life so much that it interferes with your appetite, lifestyle habits, relationships, sleep, and job performance. Some signs are overeating, cigarette smoking, or using alcohol and other things, including drugs. There are severe cases that it can become a disorder. Anxiety becomes a reality and manifests in many different ways. If you face ongoing fear, you are affected by it, and you probably experienced excessive reaction to situations if you worry a lot. Stress will increase, and so will the worry. And stress will increase the worry. Flight, fight and flight response happens, and the perception you will have is going to be affected by worry because it becomes a distortion of reality. It makes you expect the worst, even when you haven't even started your day. The health is in the state of panic, and you become unstable emotionally. You have a lot of doubt too, and you can break free from this if you choose to. You need to find the root problem first and acknowledge it and face it. You may need a specialist to help you, especially if you have had extreme anxiety and worry in your life. Take the time to reflect on your thoughts, to recognize what you think when you worry, and ask yourself why you worry. Find the root cause and then deal with it. Anxiety weighs on a person's heart and it brings it down. It weighs it down. You need to cast all your anxiety onto the only one that can carry it. People who believe that they can come out of it don't rely on themselves. They know that the source they believe in gives them the power to overcome worry. This always is a strength that we don't have on our own. Worry can be removed from our lives, but it only happens when we go to the right source and have the right solutions. There is a verse that Christians believe in that says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God." Prayer is one of the ways that can break the power of worry, and is very effective as well. Although not everybody believes in the power of prayer, but you need to find what works for you and what you can do to deal with the worry. Meditation on this gives power to overcome and strength when you deal with it, especially when you meditate on the word that has been given. And meditate on things that are affirmations, that are positive against worry, will help you as well. A person who knows this will be able to get themselves out of worry. They'll have the strength to overcome and to pursue the goals that they want in life. You can pray and fast also to break worry and to put your full focus on the truth. Worry is called a sin. and you can break its hold on you with faith. Faith will activate you to get strength to come out of it. Because if you believe that you can conquer and overcome worry, you will. And your positive affirmations and confessions that you do on a daily basis, especially 21 days at least, you'll also break the worry off of you. Your mind must be transformed from the subconscious level in order for it to be effective. And you need to trust that it will work. You must go through the process with perseverance and patience. Fight worry knowing that you can break its power. People who have strong faith also know that they can cause worry to leave them quickly. There is a worry that people call it deliverance because they believe worry is a spirit and it's sent to torment people. They use this principle of binding and loosing with authority in a greater source than themselves that has the power to drive out worry, but one must maintain their walk to allow worry not to come back into their life again. They need to keep positive and believe what their faith says and not to turn back and doubt. You may call it religion. Christians tend to rely on their faith to get them freedom, and many who do not experience breakthrough need to know how to deal with it. But Christians do have that experience of breakthrough when they apply principles that helps them to come out of it, especially these things that I have just mentioned, because not all of them believe in this process either. But those who do and practice it, they become totally free and often are totally different. It's a contrast like night and day, day and night, and you can call it a miracle. As long as they keep in faith, they never go back to the old way again. And there are more results for these who have a supreme source than those who just go to a psychiatrist to deal with their worry. Knowledge is limited, and our human mind can only register so much. The mind also must be changed at the subconscious level to have an impact. There are still limitations even when we rely on just this method to deal with it. Your feelings also must change in your body's response, and you must change yourself and get rid of the past patterns and habits. You need to be different, to think differently, to have a different perspective of life and those around you and of yourself. You need to adjust to the change. It will take time to adjust, and you need to become confident and trust it will get better. You need to be different to keep worry out of your life. It's not just to forget the negative, but it requires you to completely take out the possibility to think that way. And your ability to think positive thoughts is not a short change. It does require time. And you need at least 21 days to really break the habit. The impact must be permanently established in you, and your goals and focus must align up to the new mindset. You need to become stable, and you need to be able to take it easy, to relax and stay positive. Be encouraged that you can do it. Learn to take it easy on yourself when you are starting. You have a lot of struggles at first, or you become uncomfortable. You need to face it, and you need to occupy yourself with things that are positive. Avoid allowing your mind to get worried. When a thought comes, try not to entertain it, especially because it is negative. And try to shift to something that is positive, something you desire to see happen in your life, and believe that you will be able to see it happen in your life and experience it. Manifest it into your today. Think that way because of your triggers. You need to work on them and find out what makes you worry. If you need to get help from a friend, you can ask them to pay attention to those triggers, to gently make you aware and help you deal with them. You need to be open and not react in the process, because you may get sensitive by what people say, and you don't even realize it because you're so used to thinking that way. You also need to realize that if you allow the worry to continue, it will destroy your life. The sooner you deal with it, the better, and the quicker you'll move on with your life. Worry has robbed so many people, so don't allow it to rob you anymore. And take each day as a new day to overcome. Do it, even if you are afraid. Believe that you are able to do it, because nothing is impossible if you really trust that it's possible. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. Be well and focused on your breakthrough. Life is not easy, but you can do it. And please stay tuned and connected to this podcast channel as more podcasts come up in the weeks ahead, in the months ahead. And you can also subscribe, share, and like it. And please check the details if you want to provide feedback or if you can also support. You can go email kayunkk@gmail.com. In the description, you'll find my website links. And you can also check the website mentioned on my podcast channels. So thank you and have a great day, evening, or night.